As you progress along your life journey, people will start to form opinions, inevitably. People will start to make assumptions of you simply for progressing in your life, for making, changes, sacrifices, commitments towards becoming a better version of yourself. People will judge that. And that's an unfortunate thing to wrestle with, but that's the reality of the situation. And if we become too attached to those opinions of others, it will always hold us down. It will always hold us down. We don't deserve to be held down by something like that. It ties us down to a life that we chose to be apart from. It ties us down to like our past life, a life that was filled with bad habits and limitations, a life of normalcy, if that makes sense. And my friend, if you can let go of, being understood, you will be free. Your life will be better because if whenever you start trying to, or whenever you stop trying to fit into other people's standards, whenever you start, I keep saying start, whenever you stop trying to fit into the version of you that other people have built in their heads, you finally are stepping into the version of yourself that you were meant to be. And I can explain that more. But right now, let's just talk about that shift. That shift is powerful. The change to, becoming yourself instead of staying who other people want you to be is one of the strongest things you can do. It's the moment that you stop living for, other people's comfort and you start living for your own growth. It's the moment that you realize peace doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being completely real with yourself. And trust me, coming from me, I know people will talk about you in not a good way. People will talk about you. They'll question your changes. They'll question your choices, your path, even when those choices are the very thing that they should choose too. Even when those choices are the very thing saving you, you know? But the thing is that you have to understand people will always talk. Their words only matter though if you let them matter. If you let them have any type of effect on you, that's what they want. They want to have an effect on you. When you detach from those opinions, it's so much better. You rise back up to who you're meant to be. You rise above expectations that other may have that try to chain you down. You rise above old habits that keep you stuck for so long. You rise into a life where potential, your own potential, isn't something that is just like a figment of your imagination. It's something that you live every single day. It's something that you act on every single day. And that scares people. It will always scare people who never had the courage to change. It scares people who don't understand growth but try to pretend to, you know? It will always scare people like the old you, who like the old you too. People who were living in a not good way, it will scare those people because they don't want to make those changes that you are so bravely making. They're scared to see their own lack of progress. But that's not your problem. It's not your problem at all. The responsibility that you have is yourself. You're only responsible for yourself. You're responsible for the person that you are becoming. The future that you have. You're responsible for that. You're not responsible for those who, form these opinions on you. Because what do they matter? Like, what do they matter? The thing is, that's not easy. If we're being real right now. It's not easy to outgrow old relationships. It's not easy to outgrow, like, letting people's opinions affect you. I've always struggled with that. I've struggled with letting people's opinions of me completely just pull me down, if that makes sense. But it's okay to outgrow things. You shouldn't feel guilty for outgrowing things. You shouldn't feel guilty for outgrowing things that once felt so normal. You're supposed to outgrow them, if anything. If you're not growing as a person, you're not living. You know? Everyone's always growing and changing. Everyone's human. People change over time. You know, you're supposed to step into a new chapter of life with new habits, new strengths, new hobbies, like new expectations for yourself. But that growth is not comfortable. It's really not comfortable. That's what all the people living in normalcy like struggle with, is because it's not easy to get better. It's not easy to change yourself, you know? It's not easy. It isn't always understood by everyone, but it's worth saying. Because you aren't here to stay the same. You weren't put here to stay the same. You're not here to repeat old cycles just because someone else is more comfortable with the past version of you. Like, you're not here to stay stagnant. You're here to evolve. You're here to break patterns, if that makes more sense. You're here to be a better person than you were in the past. You should never settle. And you know, if nobody else can see that, if nobody else can see the goodness in that, even if nobody sits there and claps for you, you need to keep going. You need to keep going. You will keep going. You will keep pushing on. You keep becoming who you need to be. And one day, in the distant future, it sucks to think about the distant future because it will be a long time before you completely get over the struggle. But one day, in the far future, you'll be so far ahead of everything. You'll be so far ahead from all the opinions of others. Like, their opinions just seem like echoes in the back of your mind that have no effect because you've never let them have an effect. You know? And I'm not perfect in this. Like, I've really struggled with stuff like that, but you know, it does get better. It's getting better for me. That's how I know it gets better. It's not just me saying that, you know. So, let go. Completely let go, if you can, of being understood. If they don't understand you, you know, fuck them. Who cares? Let go of needing approval from others. Completely let go of it. Step into the person of you who is fully yourself. Step into the person of, like, who is you, who makes you happy. Step into the version of yourself that you know that you are capable of being. Your future self is waiting on you. They're waiting on you. So take the next step. And you'll be happy. You'll look back in the future and see that step you took and be so happy you took that step. You'll feel like you completely were, like, living your life to the fullest. Looking back and thinking that you didn't live your life to the fullest is one of the worst feelings ever. So live your life to the fullest. Stop caring what other people think. Stop caring about being understood all the time. Be different. Be different because that's what you're meant to be. People aren't supposed to be the same. Anyways, that's it for the video. little yap session today. But yeah, if you stay to the end, like the video, maybe comment something that you liked about it. I don't know. Do your thing. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys are awesome. I love all you guys. See ya.